This week's episode is a little sad for me. Well, actually, it's a lot sad for me because my pretty happy space is kind of turned into an ugly fenced nightmare, and it's all because of a little fluffy, big-eared, cotton-tailed stinker. Well, the bunnies have been at it. They chomped away at the beets and they started on the lettuce. We threw up a quick measure of some spinners that we had, but they haven't done much to deter them. They went back at it again last night here and in another place. So, fence it is. Well, the bunnies are wreaking havoc. So, first job of the day is to get some chicken wire up around my beets and lettuce because apparently it's a new buffet favorite. Well, here is the chard. It was about 7 or 8 inches tall, tender, just coming along nice, and bam, they got it. Then in the bed on the other side, they took the up front beets foliage right off, and then went next door and took the tips of the little gem lettuce and a couple of coleus. So here's how I go about doing the fence. Al and I have learned over the years that this is the easiest way. If we go ahead and pre-start this before we go into the garden, it's a little less unwieldy and easier to deal with. So, I mean, just as simple as that. If you'll come in a little closer, Al. I am weaving this in and out of one row of this chicken wire. Again, I like this chicken wire in particular. It's got a tighter weave and it's plastic coated in green. Makes it last longer, and you can't see it as much in the garden as you can a straight silver one. So now we've got another one, and I'll just roll that up a little bit more and continue on putting stakes in. I really hate putting up wire everywhere, but you got to do what you got to do to get your harvest. Another thing I always like to add to the end of these poles are these little toppers to prevent eye injury when you bend over to harvest. Looks like I'm gonna need to order more of these off Amazon. Well, they nibbled a little bit at this Marvel of Four Seasons, but I think this lettuce is a little more mature, so it wasn't to their standards, but we've got some wire around it now. And last year I had bought a white basket at a charity shop, and I had used it for keeping the squirrels off of something, so that'll keep the chard safe. And then we went out the next day to the charity shops, and I found this little basket that'll protect the little garlic seedlings that are coming up, because believe it or not, in the other bed they started to nibble some of the alliums. I mean, what's with that? They never go for alliums. Look at that cabbage white. Yeah, I got everything nutted up, buddy. Good luck. And on the other side, I found another kind of long shape basket, and I'll landscape staple that into the ground and protect those badger flame beets that I'm trying from row 7, because they're just almost an inch out of the ground now. Need to keep them safe. Added a spinner as well. Oh my. So this is my 3rd day of picking garlic scapes. It's incredibly early, but you can see they keep forming, and I'm trying really, really hard to stay ahead of them very early because I have so many things going on right now. I just don't want to miss them. But what I like to do with these is make a garlic scape pesto. It is delicious. I'll try to remember to put a recipe up. Well, the little cherry tree is now netted so that we can get the cherries that are on it. I don't know if you can see through it, but they are all starting to turn now. And this little pumpkin is loaded with fruit, so that's cool. This one, the tartan cherry, we are just going to leave. We'll get what we can get and the birds can have the rest. I finished the day with a lovely strawberry harvest. So there is the so-and-so who's been wreaking all the havoc in my garden. Yeah, stinker, you are a stinker. No, I don't find you cute, even if you are cute, because you're eating my stuff. And I leave all that delicious clover all over the yard for you too. Well, he got my 2 new cardinal vines, nipped them off, so we have caged those. I assume they'll grow back. It's the first time I've done cardinal vine. And then went for alliums. The red onions that I just purchased got nipped off, more than 60% of them. Somebody dug up an amaranth, so probably a squirrel in that case. And then on the other side, went for the Elsa Craigs. Off to the garden center we went for a solution. Only thing we could get after multiple stops was the silver type netting. Well, the heat index went up big time, so we did what we always like to do, which is move the patio umbrella to where we're working to create some shade while we work on this. Well, my friends, it is what it is. You have to do what you have to do to protect your harvests. I am not happy about this look, obviously. Had to go with the silver chicken wire because that's all that was available after multiple stops trying to find the green stuff that we used before. Didn't do the center bed for now, but may have to do that also. But see, this green, if you have to have a fence, is so much easier on the eye. So I'm going to look at getting some. And for now, we're protected, so that's good. So this week is a lesson week. I have been gardening for decades. I have never had a rabbit do this. I always have to protect my beans and my peas because I know that's their buffet favorite. But they've gone for everything, including alliums. But I've learned something. So remember, sometimes the only thing we harvest is knowledge, and that's okay. Bye for now. We'll see you on the next one.